Welcome back to We're Having Fun. I'm Mark. It's the podcast where we're having fun. Hi.
Hi, I'm Krista.
Hello, Krista. What's up?
Nothing.
Cool. Any news we need to cover before we jump into all the stuff we're doing today?
I don't know. Is there any news?
Chris Pratt doesn't seem great at Super Mario.
Oh, well, I mean, did anybody expect that?
No, but I mean, if you'd have told me Jack Black was going to be Bowser, I'd been like, I don't know about that either. But he did good.
He did it really good. he was
good
as Bowser from the trailer. So.
And I kind of like, who's playing Luigi from It's Always Sunny? What's his name? Charlie Day.
Charlie Day.
Kind of like that. Even Keegan-Michael Key as Toad sounds pretty interesting at least. But Mario's just Chris Pratt.
Yeah. Chris Pratt only has one voice, and it's Chris Pratt.
I guess maybe he couldn't go full, like, Italian stereotype, but...
Yeah, it'd probably be pretty bad.
Do something different.
I don't know.
Go Bob Hoskins.
I was going to say, he's no Bob Hoskins, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Looks like something.
It looks like something. You know.
Who knows what that's going to be. All right. Well, I guess if there's no new news...
I mean, I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, I can't think of anything either.
So...
As far as I know. Let's get into episode 8 of She-Hulk, the penultimate episode of She-Hulk.
That I thought was going to be the final episode.
Yeah.
But we found out last week that no.
Nope.
I was very disappointed.
I wasn't. You were.
I said I was very disappointed.
I know. I was just saying I was not. I'm happy to have more She-Hulk.
I mean, I'm fine with it. It's just I was expecting 8 and there's 9, you know?
These changes.
And I don't know if it was just I had misheard or, you know, wherever I found it was wrong or what, but...
I mean, 9's a weird number.
But Disney does that a lot, it seems like.
Do they?
They did that with What If. I feel like they did it with something else.
Well, What If's weird. What If was supposed
maybe
to have
like
10.
maybe Book of Boba Fett was 9
Probably.
too, something like that.
They had to shove in the Mandalorian episodes.
It's like, why 9? It's just such a weird number. It's like, okay, 8 I could see, 10 yes, but 9 is just so weird.
It is weird.
But
okay. What happened in this episode?
So we get introduced to Leapfrog.
Leapfrog, Eugene something.
Patilio.
Which this guy in the comics is actually Frogman, and his dad was Leapfrog.
Okay.
His dad was a villain who had bigger aspirations, I guess, but I don't know. He was a villain, not very great at it, and then he died. I don't know if he died. He just got defeated a lot.
Okay.
And so Eugene took over as Frogman and was a hero.
Oh, okay.
And hero in quotes. How good was he really? I don't know.
Well,
but in this, he sucks.
I was going to say, well, in this, he's not really a hero either.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's got a lawsuit against whoever made his uniform because he tried to use those rocket boots and they set his costume on fire.
Yep, so he ended up with 3rd-degree burns on his legs.
Yep.
Because his suit was defective.
Yep.
So they're going to be suing for compensatory damages or something like that.
Something like that.
And who are they suing? Luke Jacobson.
Yeah, the guy who makes her suits and everything.
And she was wearing her new like lawyer suit and everything.
And it's the one I like, so I'm glad it's not the weird like Borat thong one.
Oh, I was talking about her like suit at work.
Oh, that suit.
That's why I said her lawyer suit.
Her other suit.
Yeah, she wears both of them, and they both look fine.
Yes.
She
looks looking good.
Yes. Looks much better. And it does show it, you know, it shows her go to her normal Jen self, and it does fit both of them.
Yeah.
So,
looking good all around.
Mm-hmm. Looking good, Jen.
Looking good, Jen.
So they go to court, and, well, first of all, she tries to talk to Luke Jacobson to get him to not have to go to court, I guess.
Yeah, she tries to get out of it.
Well, she talks to him
with her boss.
Yeah, she tries to get out of it with her boss, and then she goes to talk to him, and she's like, you know, if you'll just like own up to it or whatever, we don't have to worry about going to court and everything. He's like, oh, excuse me, how dare you? And now
you have made an enemy.
This dress that I was making for the gala, or gala, whatever you want to call it, I'm tearing apart. So, yeah.
Bye.
don't darken my door again. Yeah, so they have to go to court. Mm-hmm. And who's the lawyer for the...
Matty Murds.
For the guy?
Daredevil himself.
Matt Murdock.
Yep. Good to see Charlie Cox back again.
Yep.
After his appearance in Spider-Man.
Yep.
So, I'm excited about that.
Very cool.
He was... In the court, he was playing it very low-key, like very, very kind of monotone almost. Very serious. And it's like, I was thinking like, it's kind of a weird mix of his real serious show and this like funny, silly show.
But I mean, he's doing his lawyer bit. He has to be serious
while
he's in court,
Yeah.
So, it was good to see him back.
Yeah.
And then while they're talking about everything in the case, because she's trying to get other clients.
Yeah.
To, I guess, talk. I don't know. Like,
they wanted to release the list of clients so that they can know who to talk to and look for evidence and whatnot. But they're like, we can't do that because a lot of people have secret identities we don't want to reveal. Yeah. And he mentioned the Sokovia Accords are over.
They were overturned, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't remember. Did we know that before? I can't remember if we've heard that or not.
I'm not sure.
I'm glad, but... Yeah, so...
We probably have heard it before, but I don't know. Maybe not.
Probably. We've gotten a lot of info.
Yeah. Maybe it's something that happened during the blip. I forgot what they were calling it, because I keep wanting to call it I always want to call it the snap, because that's what...
I still... Yeah, I'd call it the snap.
The blip. It just makes me think of a blimp.
Remember when that blimp went over?
So during all of this, we find out that Leapfrog had been putting jet fuel in the in his rocket.
Because the judge sided with Daredevil, and then he's like, they're right.
Daredevil? What are you talking about? Who's Daredevil?
And so it's going very bad for Jen. And the guy's like, I'm not going to get a new suit. Just look at this one. It's ruined. And so Matt Murdock smells the jet fuel on him.
He's like, what were you putting in there or whatever? He's like, well, I used jet fuel. And of course it says, Jacobson told him specifically, only use this certain type of fuel for it, and he used something else, and so that means that it's not on him.
Violates it. Null and void or whatever, I don't know.
Yep, exactly. Voids the warranty or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, there we go. She loses the case.
Yeah.
Whoops.
As she should, because he sucks.
Yeah. Exactly. And then of course, she's like, so, can you still like fix my outfits for me? And he's like, no, you're dead to me. Just walks out.
Rough go for She-Hulk.
Yep. So she goes out to, I keep forgetting what the name of the bar is. Legal Ease, that's what it is. Because it's like Legal Ease, but Legal Ease. So she goes out to the bar, she's having a drink, and the bartender gives her a drink and says, this, it's from that guy over there. And of course, it's Matt. So he comes over and they start talking.
Get a little flirting.
They do get a little flirty, because she's like, am I the only one who's feeling something here, Yeah. And, but he gets a phone call. He has to leave. And then she also gets a phone call. Yeah. Or a text.
She's got to go meet up with that dude that has the She-Hulk fetish.
Yeah. So Todd texts her and says that he's got something important. He has to talk to her about something legal related. So she's like, all right, fine. So she goes, because, Matt's already decided to go off and do his little thing.
They part.
And so she goes to meet him. He's talking about some auction that he went to where he bought a Wakandan spear and they want it back and all this stuff. Yeah. But he's just there basically to flirt with her, to try to get in her pants and stuff. Yeah. And she's just like, no. Yeah. no.
Never happening, bro.
So she leaves. Yeah. She gets home. She gets a phone call from Leapfrog. He's been attacked.
Yeah, he's being chased.
He's being chased. So she's like, all right, you're close by. I'll find you.
He's like, I'm going to the lily pad, my world famous hideout.
My world famous secret lair. It's like, how is... Okay, this is not a secret, sir.
He's the worst.
So yeah, he's heading there, and...
He does have a big sign on it that says lily pad.
Lily pad. Yes, a big neon sign that says lily pad. It's like, this is not secret at all. This is not a secret lair. This is a very public lair. But whatever. So yeah, he's being attacked. She goes out and stops the person attacking. And who is it?
It's Daredevil.
It's Daredevil.
In his suit I don't like.
And I didn't mind it.
I don't like it.
Okay, well, it doesn't look like you thought it was going to, did it?
It's not as, like, bright yellow and gross, but I don't know, it just...
She does make fun of him for having a ketchup and mustard suit.
It's just so unnecessary. Like, why? You've got just a great suit. Like, why are you throwing this weird yellow in there?
I don't know. It didn't bother me, but...
It bothered me all day. I couldn't sleep.
Well, sucks to be you, I guess. So...
I wrote so many emails.
Okay. Okay.
I went on intelligence, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Started posting.
Oh, gosh. I don't even want to get into intelligence yet. I know we're gonna have to. So she gets into a fight with Daredevil in a parking lot, and Leapfrog gets away.
She just destroys that parking structure and cars and everything. She just does not care.
Oh yeah, and then she has to do her little thunderclap kind of thing to stop Daredevil. And finally gets over to him, takes his mask off, and is like, "Wait, Matt Murdock." What?
Yeah.
So
she's like, "Are you fucking blind? Because that would not be cool."
Yeah.
That is troubling.
He's like, "No, I'm actually blind." He's not Maggie Lizer.
Yeah.
Arrested Development.
Justice is blind.
Justice is blind.
Oh man.
We've been watching too much Arrested Development stuff lately. So he tells her, he's like, she's like, why are you attacking my client? And he's like, because he kidnapped my client.
Yeah.
So he's kidnapped Jacobson.
He's holding him hostage to get him to make his suit for him. And and she's like, oh man. Yeah, he's like, why didn't you tell me that? It's like, you were beating me up.
It's like we were fighting. I couldn't tell you while we were fighting. So they head out to the lily pad, and he can hear people's heartbeats. That's how he knows how many, because he tells her there are this many people here, this many people here. Yeah. She's like, how do you know that? I can hear their heartbeats. And he's like, I can hear yours too. It's really fast. And she's like, I have a healthy heart.
Shut up.
And starts walking off. Like, oh gosh, I'm so flustered right now. And I mean, who wouldn't be?
Yeah, that's fair. He wants to go stealth. She wants to smash.
Yes, of course.
They're real opposites.
Opposites attract. You know what they say.
Yep.
So he goes off and starts taking out the goons in the hallway, because he always has to take out goons in the hallway because he's Daredevil.
He's a hallway man.
And then she just smashes through.
Yeah, there's like 5 guys coming at him. She just comes in from the top.
Yeah, just smashes them all.
She holds smack.
They go in, they stop the other goons, and rescue Jacobson.
Yeah, stop Leapfrog.
Leapfrog tries to get away, jumps out the window and hurts himself.
Yeah, and what was he doing?
I don't know.
He has special abilities.
I don't
know. Maybe he thought he was wearing his boots. I don't know.
Yeah,
it just pretty much breaks his legs.
Yeah. And you can just hear him down there going, ow! So he gets carted away and everything. Yeah. Jacobson agrees to make her gala dress, because he's like, well, you rescued me, so I guess I'll do this. Yeah. And then Matt's like, I just call him Matt, because, we're on like first name basis. Yeah. So Matt and Jen are up on the rooftop, and they're talking, and
Santa's there.
Reindeer paws.
Yeah. Click, click, click.
I said rooftop, not housetop, but okay, sure. I'm not ready for Christmas season yet. Stop it. This is spooky season.
I'm gonna make it happen.
Quit. Okay, so anyway, so he's talking about, next time, that he has to leave tomorrow, but next time, what are you laughing at?
I just keep picturing them with Santa. I can't stop. I don't know why. Just it's like, okay, what are we doing?
Oh, gosh.
Anyway.
So he has to leave the next morning, and he's like, but the next time I'm in town, maybe we can go on a date. And she's like, why do we need to wait till next time? And then next thing they know, they're at her house again. Yeah. Or not again, but they're at her house. And I was like, get it, Jen.
Yeah, she is on it, man.
Right?
She ain't messing around.
But I mean, at least it's with Matt Murdock and not the other people that she was with earlier. Oh gosh. Well, I was thinking of Josh, the terrible bad guy.
Josh and the bodybuilder.
Yeah, and the other guy that was like all up in
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
Okay.
Oh, no. That didn't come out the way I wanted it to. I meant he's into...
Yeah?
He's into She-Hulk, but that also doesn't... Okay, you know what? Let's just move on. So yeah, the next morning, he's walking. He's doing the walk of shame.
Yeah. No shoes.
No shoes, just walking.
No shoes, full costume.
Mm-hmm. Just walking down the street.
Funny.
Down
He's
the
very
sidewalk.
happy.
Yeah, he's in a good mood. So,
yeah.
And she's in a good mood.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Why is the episode still going?"
Yeah, because Nikki shows up and she's like, "We gotta get ready for the gala. I got your dress." She's like, "Gala?
Oh, we're doing
is this
okay.
the penultimate episode?" Oh.
She's like, "Oh, what's the twist gonna be?"
Yeah.
So they go to the gala. Her parents are there, of course, and Pug and Nikki are there at the table with her. And they start giving out the award, and they call her name, and then they start calling all these other people's names.
It's
and
like female lawyer of the year or something.
And they didn't just pick one; they picked like 6 or something, like 5 or 6. Because Mallory Book is up there too.
Yeah.
And then they like give them the microphone and are like,
What's it like being a female lawyer?
Oh my gosh.
They're like,
Mallory Book's like, well, I got a lot of stupid people asking me what it's like to be a female lawyer.
Yeah, have to overcome a lot of odds just for people to ask me what's it like to be a female lawyer. Exactly.
So I'm like, Mallory Book, I'm liking you even more.
Yeah,
the more they show of you. So yeah, She-Hulk is giving her little thanks to her family and friends and everything, and suddenly back behind her on the screens, it starts showing all the stuff from her phone.
Yeah, intelligentsia.
They've hacked into it, and
basically slut shamer.
And I was like, okay, that's
messed up.
No.
So did they even get her blood, or they just take her phone stuff just to slut shame her at this gala?
I don't know, but the thing is, Josh was filming them together.
Yeah.
And it starts showing this footage.
It's very creepy.
It's real creepy.
Yeah.
And then she gets mad about it and destroys the screens, and all these people start freaking out. But what was she supposed to do?
Yeah.
Is she supposed to just sit there while her friends and family are watching her having sex with this random guy?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you destroy that.
Yeah, exactly. So what was she expected to do other than that?
Yep, I agree.
And then, of course, now everybody's afraid of her or whatever.
Well, she sets the alarm off because stuff's starting to fall and fire and whatnot. And then she sees a group of people she goes after them. All black with some masks and stuff. Yeah. Nobody stops them.
No.
The cops are out there. Just let them go by.
It's like, what are you doing?
She even stops one of them and grabs him, and they just let him go. It's like, what are you doing?
I don't know.
But yeah.
It was very annoying.
It was very frustrating.
Yes.
But she's She-Hulking out.
Yep. And she's very mad. And don't know what's going to happen in the next episode.
Don't know. But hopefully it's just a whole episode of her just beating those people up.
That would be great.
Just all day.
Hopefully just taking down intelligentsia somehow.
Give me an hour of that. I'd be all for it.
I don't know if I want an hour.
Okay, throw Leapfrog in there and beat him up too. And Todd. Throw Todd in there.
Oh yeah, throw him in there. Yeah, okay.
Now we're getting there.
Yeah.
Just everybody we don't like.
Yeah.
Throw him into the pile. Just getting beaten up by She-Hulk for an hour. Let's do it. Make it happen.
Have Wong show up and help her out a little bit too.
Just get in a few punches. Yeah. Daredevil comes in and just starts kicking people.
Yeah, okay.
Hitting with a hammer.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, this could work.
All of her friends from the retreat yesterday, last week, they all show up like porcupines over there, just going crazy. Be funny. Saracen's trying to drain people of their blood.
I'm all for this.
Oh man,
let's make this happen.
Oh, but that was it. That was the episode.
Yeah. So I guess the last episode's probably going to just be finding out who's behind Intelligentsia and her getting out of prison. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. What? I don't know. Why would they arrest her, I guess? I don't know.
I mean,
property damage.
Yeah, that would really be the only thing that they could get her on, because she didn't hurt anybody.
Right.
She just scared people.
She probably hurt that dude who was obviously an Intelligentsia.
But, I mean, he got away, so.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think they can arrest her for just scaring people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I bet Matt Murdock will defend her anyway, so should probably be fun.
Yeah. He'll be like, really? I have to fly back?
Where's she at?
She's in...
Is she in LA?
Something like that.
She's not in New York?
It's in California somewhere.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know where I thought she was. I hadn't really thought about it. All right. Well, that's it for She-Hulk. One more episode.
Yep.
Finish it out next week. And then to start off spooky season, we got Werewolf by Night, a special presentation. What?
We started spooky season last week.
Marvel-wise.
Okay, Marvel-wise.
Yeah.
Well, this is really the only spooky season Marvel.
Probably.
I guess.
Probably. So, Werewolf by Night. Weird trailer. We didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
They were going for an old monster movie aesthetic, which they did.
Yeah, they did.
So, didn't know what to do. I was excited because Werewolf by Night, do you know his real name? They call him Jack in this.
I read it yesterday and I don't remember what it was.
Jack Russell. Like Jack Russell Terrier.
Like a terrier? Oh, Lord.
Up there in the pantheons with dinosaur is Jack Russell.
Is that what you didn't want to tell me yesterday?
I was really excited about it.
And I literally mentioned, is this going to be like some kind of dinosaur connection?
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me that much, honestly.
It should. It's bad.
If his name was Jack Russell Terrier, then it would really bother me.
J.R. Terrier.
J.R. Terrier. Then that would bother me. But it doesn't really bother me that much.
They were so witty back then.
So witty.
But yeah, this is in black and white. The credits are very old school monster movie looking. I kind of enjoyed that.
Yeah.
We mentioned that we really like the Roman numerals here. It's very satisfying.
Yes, because at the very end, it's like copyright 2022, but it's like copyright MMXXII. I'm like, that just looks so...
It's a really good one.
It looks so good.
So satisfying.
It is.
Yeah. It's got the old voiceover talking about everything.
Yeah.
Apparently this guy, Ulysses Bloodstone, is dead.
Yep.
So now we got to find somebody to take his place. And they're bringing in all the monster hunters or whatever.
For the ceremonial hunt.
Yeah, to compete to get the Bloodstone. And take the place of Ulysses.
Yes.
And one of them is Jack Russell.
Yes.
Terrier.
Although we don't find out his full name, and we don't find out his whole name. We find out his name is Jack, but only like later into it.
Yeah, just Jack.
So yeah, there's Jack. There's some other people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people I don't know. I don't think they're in the comics, and so they're just people.
And I don't know if they ever said their names.
Yeah, I don't know. I even looked them up, and I'm just like, I don't know who these people. There's like Azrael. It's like, okay.
Okay.
Which is, the lady with the weird eyes, makeup, and all that. Weird face looking. And then the rest.
Yeah. So there were 6 people in all that were hunting. The only ones we really get to know are Jack and Elsa. And Elsa is the daughter of
Elsa Bloodstone.
Ulysses Bloodstone.
Yeah. She was supposed to inherit it, but she went her own way. She didn't like what they were doing.
Yeah, she didn't want to be a monster hunter, I guess. So.
Yeah.
She's been estranged from the family for a while.
But I guess she doesn't want to fall into the wrong hands and stuff, so she's back.
She's just going to try to get the Bloodstone.
Yep.
So, also it's like her stepmother, whose name I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Is the main woman.
It's BB from Frasier.
Okay.
She's Frasier's agent that was kind of evil in her own little way.
Okay.
She's a good actress and everything, so it was interesting to see her here.
I was about to say, I can't remember what her name was, but I think it was Veruca.
Yeah, that's
because it was like, it's not Veruca, like Veruca Salt, but it's Veruca.
It's something like that, at least.
Yeah, so she's there, she's like presiding over the funeral and everything. They open up the casket, and the corpse just starts like moving around, like it's like an animatronic kind of thing.
Puppeteered, basically. Yeah.
Because apparently that's what he wanted to happen during this whole thing.
Yeah.
And so it's like moving around and it's joking and stuff. At one point, and he's like, "I'll be rotting for you." And it's like, "Sorry for the graveyard humor," or whatever. Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh. Okay.
Now we know why he's dead.
Yeah. So they go out to this like maze looking area, and the monster is in there, and they've put the Bloodstone onto the monster, which is supposed to make it more like aggressive or whatever, but also weakens it.
Yeah.
So it makes him mad, but it makes him weaker.
Yeah. Jack gets to go first. They like draw lots pretty much. But I mean,
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's like 2 seconds
Yeah.
earlier, I guess.
Yeah.
He gets to follow the flaming tuba out there.
Yes, there's a flaming tuba, which I was just like, excuse me?
Why?
Or maybe it's a sousaphone? I don't know. You know.
No, that's a tuba.
Tuba, okay. So yeah, he gets to follow that out there, which was really weird.
Yeah.
But also interesting.
Yep, it's something.
And they can't take any weapons in there, but there are weapons around the maze that they can find and use.
Yeah.
So they're going around. He runs into Elsa at one point.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I don't want to hurt you.
Yeah,
you know, let's just go our separate ways.
Pass each other by.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, what? He's like, let's just pass each other by. And she's like, you're weird, you know? But then they get attacked by this other guy.
Yeah, this big Irish dude.
Yeah.
Is he Scottish? Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
Hodor looking dude.
Yeah.
Just throwing an axe around trying to kill him.
Yeah, and he grabs her and smacks her head up against like a brick wall.
She should have been a lot more injured at least than she was in this. But, you know,
but
he smacks it against the rock like 3 times.
Yeah.
She
just walks it off.
She also took like an axe to the leg, a slice, and she was just fine afterwards. She didn't even really limp most of the time. She's good.
Yeah, so she gets attacked by one of the other people and cuts off his arm.
Mm-hmm, because he had a little, like,
weapon.
Crossbow thing on his
on his wrist.
hand.
Yeah. And so she cuts off his arm, and then she takes it and shoots him with it.
Yeah.
With his own weapon.
It was
very
surprisingly
bloody.
Gory. Yeah. Like, there were some gnarly kills in this.
Yeah.
So I was like, I did not expect that.
Yes.
Yeah, it happened.
And the thing is, it was not like the director thought that it would be rated higher than it was, like that. I don't know what the TV ratings are, like TV mature or something, but it wasn't, because it was like TV 14 or something like that. And they think that maybe it's because it was in black and white, so it doesn't look, it's not like actual
blood.
Yeah, you can't see blood. It's just
probably
so,
as long as it's not around the moonstone, because the moonstone's like the only color in this movie. I mean, until the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's red, and then everything else is black and white.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool effect. I like it.
Yeah. So Jack is walking around. He backs up against a wall or whatever, like a vine.
Like a foliage wall.
Vines, a hedge wall or something.
Yeah.
And then suddenly a monster's hand reaches out and grabs him.
Yeah, big plant-like monster hand.
Yeah. And he just kind of, he looks surprised at first, but then he just kind of pats it and he's like, oh, there you are, you know.
Hey, Ted.
Yeah. He's friends with it. He's friends with the monster.
It's Man-Thing.
So.
Which Man-Thing, always a favorite.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know it was an actual thing. I thought it was just something.
Oh no, yeah, he's big in the comics.
Oh,
he was a scientist. They were, of course, trying to find another super soldier serum.
Oh my god!
Because what else do you do in the comics?
Jeez, stop it.
Yeah, and then he was onto something, but then he got betrayed by his girlfriend / wife.
Okay.
They kind of retconned it later, and so to hide the serum. It was AIM was trying to take it.
Oh,
of course.
Here we go again with
science. It's gotta be AIM.
You mean Mia?
Yes, Mia. Missing in action AIM. And yeah, so he just injected himself and then tried to drive away and then crashed into the swamp or something like that and became
Swamp Thing. Oh.
No, Swamp Thing's DC.
Darn.
We can't have that. Swamp Thing also very interesting in DC, but yeah, we got Man Thing here. He looks like a big elephant plant monster. He's kind of cute.
I was gonna say, I thought he was cute.
You know who plays him?
No.
The guy who played the Wookiee guy in Boba Fett.
Oh.
Black Chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum.
Yeah.
Chrysanthemum.
Yeah. Same dude, apparently.
Okay. Is it like somebody famous, or is it just... is it the same guy who plays Chewbacca, or is it a different guy?
No, not like Peter Mayhew or something.
Peter Mayhew is not Chewbacca anymore.
Well, yeah, because he's dead, right?
Yeah, but he hasn't been Chewbacca for a while. It's somebody named Jonah something.
Jonah Hill.
Yes, it's Jonah Hill. Yes. Maybe it's not Jonah, but it's something like that.
I don't know. All I know is that he was the guy in Boba Fett.
Okay. Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill as Chewbacca.
That's his growl.
Oh, man. So Jack gets chased around by the other woman, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and he goes into like a mausoleum and closes the door.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Elsa is in there and she's like, don't close the door.
Yeah.
And they're locked in there. They're stuck.
Yeah.
So.
Also the Scottish guy I think got killed before this with the Man-Thing just grabbing his head and just
maybe
setting him ablaze.
Probably.
Basically.
Yeah.
He had
I was like,
crazy powers.
Does he have like lava hands or something?
I don't know, man.
Yikes.
He messed him up.
Yep.
He gone. And they had like names on all the mausoleum stuff, and I was like, are these Easter eggs? Should I know these people? No. So like just friends of the director and stuff like that, and just shout outs and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, there were like no Easter eggs in this when there could have been so many. Like all the heads on the wall and the hunting lodge thing, the names on all that stuff. The hunters could have been but no, they were just nobody. So, yeah.
Anyway, they're in there. They decide that they're going to work together because she wants the stone and he doesn't. He wants to help the monster and she doesn't care about the monster. She's like, I don't want to hurt the monster either, you know?
Bloodstone.
She's like, I'm just here for the stone.
For you.
Yep. So they decided they're going to work together. She goes to the mausoleum of her aunt who buried keys with her dead body, basically. She was like,
yeah, because she thought she was going to come back to life.
Yeah.
She needed a way out.
Exactly. So they get out of there.
She also gets a cool little scorpion chain thing they can throw and grab people.
Which she uses later. So they get out of there, and he also tells her, if you see the monster, don't hurt it, just,
appeal to its humanity.
Yeah. And his name is Ted. Yeah. His name is Ted, so, just be nice to it and he'll be fine.
Yeah.
So, of course, she does run into the monster.
I just realized this guy that played him plays only like plant-based characters. Chrysanthemum, Man-Thing.
His name is not Chrysanthemum. Oh my god. I don't know what I was saying.
I don't know. She was doing something. They left.
She finds Ted and talks to him. So now Ted knows that she's okay.
Oh, and he's like, okay, I'm going to set this explosive against the wall. How does it work again? And he accidentally arms it. He's like, oh no. So it just takes off right.
Yeah, so they run off and go separate directions because she tells him where to go, that there's a weak spot in the wall with a crack and to go do it. And then he tries to throw it. She's like, if you just throw it at the wall, it'll stick. Yeah. And he throws it several times. It does not stick.
Even like pushes it up against it, still doesn't stick.
It sticks for like 2 seconds and falls. It's like, oh my god.
He finally gets it placed like in the crack.
Yeah, and it does explode, and Ted is able to escape, and before Ted escapes, she takes the bloodstone.
Yeah. Off of him there.
Yep, so Ted gets away.
Runs off into the wilderness.
Yep, and the bloodstone falls onto the ground, and
Jack tries to grab it.
Yes, it throws him back.
Yeah, because he's a monster.
Yeah, because they're all like, oh, he tried to grab it and it threw him back, so he must be a monster. So they put him in a cage, but they put Elsa in the cage with him so that he'll have a snack, I guess.
Yeah. Kill two birds with one cage.
Yep. So she's panicking because she's like, oh God, you're going to kill me. And he's like, he walks over to her and just like starts sniffing her. She's like, well, she's like, what are you doing? He's like, if I smell you, maybe I'll remember you when I turn. And if I do try to attack you, just stare me in the eyes. Just don't look away. Don't lose eye contact. And
she's like, has this worked before? He's like,
once.
So odds are not good here.
Yeah. So he's like, but it should be fine because, it's like 5 days before the full moon. And she's like, yeah, the moonstone.
We got plenty of time to figure out how to get out of here.
Yeah, the bloodstone will turn you into a monster in like seconds.
Yeah.
So, of course, they come in. They turn him into his werewolf form.
Yeah. They're all in their ceremonial garb. Even the only, hunter that's left. Maybe two.
There are
two left.
Two left, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they turn him into his werewolf form, which I thought was cute. I was like, oh, he's actually kind of adorable.
It looks very, old school monster movie looking Werewolf by Night.
I love, the original Wolfman, so I'm like, oh.
He does look like Wilson in human form.
He does.
It was pretty cute.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that was
so we were rooting for him, and we now know what it'll be like if Wilson goes crazy and starts killing everybody. So it's good to know, good to be prepared.
Yeah. So he escapes the cage.
Yeah, because they start shocking the crap out of him with these sticks. And it burns his hair so much, I guess, that it creates just a ton of smoke.
Yeah.
And yeah, so...
But that smells bad.
Oh, man, it had to reek in there so bad.
But yeah, he escapes through the top of the cage. He, like, just crawls, like, makes a hole through it or whatever.
This is very reminiscent of, like, the only Werewolf by Night comic I've read, which was when Moon Knight first showed up.
Oh, okay.
And he escaped pretty much the same way. He just broke through the cage. He was being held by some people. So, yeah. Okay. No Moon Knight in this, though.
Werewolf by Moon Knight. That's gonna be their team up.
I wish Moon Knight would have been in that. It would have been fun.
Yeah. I love Moon Knight. So
yeah. Just Oscar Isaac was one of the hunters.
Just throw Oscar Isaac in anywhere and I'm fine with it,
He just walks by on the screen like, hello.
It's like,
leaves.
Hi guys. And he's just like waving at the camera as he walks by and eating his Cheetos with his chopsticks.
Later, alligator. Later, skater. Or whatever.
Later, skaters. Later, skaters. So she gets out of the cage also. He's like going around.
Which I'm like, attacking stay in that cage, bro.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He's crazy. He's killing everybody.
So yeah, because he's going around, he's attacking everybody. She goes out, she's attacking everybody too. She rips some guy's ear off.
Yep.
Because I was like,
he does, doesn't he? Doesn't he bite his ear off?
Oh, maybe he does.
Yeah, and she kills that girl with a sword.
Yeah.
Just puts it right in between her eyes, basically. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. Oh, and he rips the ear off, but she kills the guy, I think, is what it is.
Yeah, I think so. I think she just slices his neck.
Yeah, and...
Again, gnarly kills.
And at one point, he's, like, in this little hallway kind of area.
Where the door's, like, closing. There's light coming from the door. I don't know where this is headed.
I don't know. It was weird.
It takes forever. He could have gotten out.
But instead, he kills all the people in there.
Yeah.
And there's, like, blood splatter all over the camera and everything.
One of my favorite parts was... He, like, threw a guy down that hallway, and then, like, 4 more were coming at him, and one guy tried to jump over the body and just kind of fell.
I didn't notice that.
Oh, what a crack team of goons you have here. He's just like, ooh, he fell down. It was great.
Yeah, he kills all those people. Verussa has the bloodstone still, and she's trying to use it on him to, like, keep him back.
She started blasting.
And Elsa used the scorpion thing to pull her back.
Yeah, get over here.
Yep. So he tries to attack Elsa, but of course she looks at him, and he doesn't do anything. He leaves her alone, and he runs out the door.
Yep.
And then Verussa is still alive, but
she's got a shotgun. She's like, "You're gonna die. What you were in life, a failure in your father's eyes, to his legacy." And all that, she's monologuing. And then up from the housetop, Man-Thing comes.
Man-Thing falls.
And grabs her and just sets her in place also.
Yeah.
Like, terrifying powers he has. He's crazy.
Yeah, and then Elsa's just kind of like, thanks, Ted. And he's like, see you around. Just walks off.
She's like, Werewolf by Night went that way. He's like, brr.
Yeah, and walks off. And so she goes, there's a guy that works there.
That puppeteer guy.
And, she has the bloodstone. She has the bloodstone now, so he's like, oh, what do you need me to do? I'm here at your beck and call. And she's like, sweep up all this mess.
Yeah. And she just takes the throne, the bloodstone throne, basically.
So she sits down, and then Somewhere Over the Rainbow starts playing, and...
She goes full color.
Yeah, she goes full color. Everything starts turning into color.
Very reminiscent of Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz, exactly. Yeah. So then it shows them...
Jack waking up in the woods.
He wakes up.
In a little makeshift tent with the record player playing that.
Yep.
Man-Thing's just chilling playing solitaire with big cards.
Yeah.
Where'd he get those big cards?
I don't know.
But, yeah. So he's like, hey.
Yeah.
And they have a little argument about who saves who, generally.
Even though you can't tell what Man-Thing is saying.
Yeah. But you can.
But you can, but, it doesn't have any, subtitles or anything. Yeah. But you can tell by what he's saying back to him. Yeah. By the one-sided conversation.
It was a cute little relationship.
Yeah, it was real cute.
I got a good little friendship.
So, yep, that was it.
Yeah.
Not much to it, but it was cute.
I honestly really liked it. I was very happy with it.
Yeah.
I like Man-Thing. I like what they're doing, Man-Thing. I don't even really care about Werewolf by Night, but I thought he was a good little character. And Bloodstone was cool. It was great. And it was different.
Yeah.
And I love that.
I would not mind if they did a Werewolf by Night like every Halloween.
Yeah.
Just a little special.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun. Just
I think it would be great. Yeah.
Little adventures,
Yeah. I think so. I don't think you need to really bring him into anything unless he just happens to be around or something.
Yeah.
They're fighting in the swamp or something. I would like to see Man-Thing around, but he's pretty powerful. And he doesn't really show up in like the main comics very often.
Yeah.
So, because I think he is kind of too powerful to where it's like, what are you going to do? But I don't know. I thought it was nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
Wouldn't mind like a Man-Thing show. Just him walking around the swamp because he's cute.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind having a Werewolf by Night show.
Yeah.
Because he's cute too.
Just him, Moon Knight, and Man-Thing. They need to do the Monsters movie because they did some big like Monsters thing. I don't know. Get Morbius there.
Oh, no. How dare you? No.
I don't know. We'd have to see what other monsters are available.
But yeah, that was pretty fun.
Yeah. Better than I thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. Because it was weird. The trailer was weird. I was like, I don't know. This might be cheesy, but it's good.
I mean, it was kind of cheesy, but it was a good cheesy.
Yeah. It was. It was done well. All right. Anything else about that before we move on?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, the next one, the main attraction, I guess, another spooky season movie is My Best Friend's Exorcism.
Yes.
Which this is a book you've read.
It is a book I've read.
And
it's a book that I think I recommended on the podcast last October.
I think so too. And this is a book that you basically read to me.
I read
during my move from Arizona across like 5 states. You pretty much gave me the entire synopsis of the book.
Yeah.
And it was cool. I thought it was a good premise and sounded like a good book. So
the book was very good. I really enjoyed the book.
Yeah. The movie, we'll see.
The movie?
But yeah, so I at least had knowledge of what it was about.
Yeah.
But yeah, see how they actually like put it to film. Mm-hmm. So what else you got?
What else you got? So this is about Gretchen and Abby. Mm-hmm. They're best friends. It's the 80s.
Yep.
So we've got some more 80s nostalgia, I guess.
They're teenagers in high school.
They're in high school. And they're also friends with Margaret and Glee. The other 2 girls they're friends with.
Glee has the worst hair.
It's not good.
That hair's awful.
Yeah. Well,
I don't even know if it's 80s hair. It's just bad hair.
Well, Abby's hair is not much better.
It's not as bad as Glee's. Like that looks like, I don't know, not Chrissy, the other one from Three's Company maybe. No, hers is a little shorter. I don't know, but I can deal with Abby's hair way more than Glee's.
I think I'm the opposite. I think I can deal with Glee's more than Abby's, but and it's really hard when Abby's the main character. But whatever.
And Abby was in that 8th grade movie, is it?
I think so.
I heard good things, but I never saw it.
I never saw it either.
But apparently she's supposed to be good.
Yeah.
And she honestly was pretty good in this.
Yeah. So Gretchen and Abby, you don't really find out much about their backstory. You just know that they're friends.
Right, pretty much. And they're like, love you like a sister. Mm-hmm. They like take quizzes and chat on the phone and all that.
They're both in love with like Boy George.
Yep.
And that's pretty much all you know about them. And they're best friends. Yeah. And that's all you need to know.
That's all you need, apparently. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no.
That's one of the complaints. I guess we can get into complaints later after everything.
No, we can complain about that because, when you read it to me, there's like a whole backstory of their friendship.
Exactly. And you hear about like the first time they met, like how they became friends, because the whole thing is Abby had a birthday party. Uh-huh. It was like her 10th or 11th birthday.
Yeah.
And it was at the skating rink.
Yeah.
So she has this party and she invites everybody in class. But Margaret also has a party that weekend.
Yeah.
That same day at the same time. And it's like at a ranch house or something, or somewhere where they're going to be riding horses and stuff. Right. So everybody's like, oh my gosh, we got to go to Margaret's party. Mm-hmm. So the only person who shows up in the whole class is Gretchen.
Because she's new.
Because she's new.
And she wanted to go to Abby's.
Exactly. And she goes, and she's the only one there.
Yeah.
And it's so cute. They have this little bonding moment in the bathroom where they're like...
because Abby's breaking down crying.
Yeah.
Gretchen cheers her up, basically.
Exactly.
And I remember saying, like, I really love this, like, origin story. I don't want the rest of the book to happen because I know it's not going to be good.
Exactly.
It's not, they're going to have to... There's going to be bad things that happen. I just like their origin story. It was really good.
It was really cute.
So to leave that out, it's just like, oh man, that is a big hit to this movie.
Yeah, because they like go out and they like skate together and they're just having like the best time.
And that infects the entire movie that they left it out.
Yeah, and they also like, there's this whole thing with E.T. Where her, Gretchen's parents don't want her to go see the movie.
Yeah.
And they sneak in together and they see it like several times and they cry at the end and everything. And it's like their like one of their bonding moments and everything. Yeah. And there's just like all these little things that they do together that was not in the movie. So it doesn't establish their friendship enough to me.
It's sad. Yeah. It's a bummer.
So that was very disappointed at that.
That was a big disappointment.
Like when I heard that they were going to be making it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be great. We're going to get to see all this stuff and then none of it. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, well. Yeah. Cool. And it's not like they didn't have time.
Yeah,
it was a 90-minute movie. Yeah. They could have put an extra like 15 minutes of backstory for those characters, and it would have made it so much better.
Just have a little montage of just all the stuff.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, that was a miss right there.
It was. So, it basically goes straight into the story. It doesn't give you a chance to, like, sit with them and get to know them or anything.
Nope.
So, they go to Margaret's lake house.
Yeah, because they're friends with Margaret and Glee.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they, like, play with a Ouija board. They're talking to something on it, and it spells out mine.
Mm-hmm. So it spells out min while they're looking at it.
Yeah, and then eventually it goes you see the E later. Margaret's boyfriend shows up. His name is Wallace. He's a jerk.
Yeah, he sucks.
He shows up to scare him and everything. And he also brings drugs.
Yeah. Which may not have actually been drugs. It's supposed to be acid, I guess.
It's supposed to be acid or...
LSD.
Yeah. And so they each, take it and go out skinny dipping. Yeah. Except for Abby. Abby doesn't get in the water because
she doesn't like to get wet.
Yeah, because she has a lot of acne and she wears like really thick makeup and she doesn't want her makeup to get ruined and for people to see what she actually looks like under all of it.
Which, eventually she does get that and her makeup goes away and she doesn't like that bad.
No.
They didn't even they could have gone really hard with like some acne or something and they didn't.
Yeah.
Another miss for the movie.
Well, also it's not necessarily that she has bad acne, it's just she thinks it's worse than it is. Yeah. I guess is what they were going for. Yeah, she's very self-conscious. So, yeah, the drugs don't really seem to be working or anything. Nope. But, of course, Margaret says something jerky about the whole acne situation. Yeah. And Abby leaves. Yep. And she goes off walking in the woods, and Gretchen follows her. Yep. And there's this abandoned building close to the lake where there's like this urban legend that this girl was supposedly sacrificed there by like demon worshippers or whatever. Right. Or devil worshippers. And they see the building and they go into it. So there's this one room that they like stick their hands in and it's like completely black. That was really weird. Yeah. Like just complete darkness. What was that? I guess
it doesn't show up any other time.
I mean, I guess it was the demon.
I guess.
Because it shows like later at one point the demon, like when the demon is like coming in. Yeah. Like the bathroom stall.
Darkness around.
There's darkness that starts like creeping in. So I guess that's kind of what it was. But they go into this big room and there's like this altar looking thing.
Yeah. Like some kind of scarecrow looking altar.
Yeah. And there's an eye that opens.
Yeah.
Which freaks them out. And they're like, they don't know if it was like the drugs were working or what. Or if it was something... Or if it was something else. So, yeah, it's real weird.
That makes Abby starts taking off. Oh, Gretchen starts taking off.
And she trips.
Yeah, hurts her knee.
Mm-hmm. So she's like, my knee!
My knee!
And she's like, wait for me!
Yeah. But the demon's like making voices in their head, so Abby thinks Gretchen's following her. Yeah. Gretchen thinks Abby's calling out to her.
Yeah, like, I'm right here, come on, hurry, follow me kind of thing. And so, yeah, they get separated. And Abby gets pulled in, not Abby, Gretchen gets pulled into the building or into like a different room or whatever. Yeah. And Gretchen realizes that dang it, I'm getting them mixed up. Abby realizes that Gretchen's not with her. Yeah. And then
she gets found by Glee and
Margaret.
Yeah.
And they go in together to find Gretchen.
Yeah. And Wallace had left, apparently.
Yeah, he had already left. And so they find her in there, and she's just like shocked. She just looks like she's in shock.
She's staring. And then she kind of breaks down.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, "You left me," basically. And she's not happy about it. Yeah. So they leave, and the next day, or the next time they're in school or whatever, she's just like staring off into space all the time.
She's not doing well.
Not herself. And
that's when we get the big presentation of the Lemon Brothers.
The Lemon Brothers. Who are these guys who like lift weights for Christ?
Yeah, one of those things. Did you ever get one of those in your school?
No.
Be like, "We're gonna tear this phone book apart, baby," and they do, and they're like crushing apples, and so I was like, "Okay, this is weird."
No, we never had that.
Yeah, that was one of our presentations. It was interesting.
Yeah, but one of the guys kind of looks out into the audience and sees Gretchen there, and kind of looks at her like, "There's something weird going on."
Yeah, because they raise up a cross. Which there was another cross there. I don't know why she didn't react to that one, but they raise up a cross still, and she's like kind of freaking out about it a little bit.
And so he sees it, but he doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
And that's when we learned that if you see something, say something.
This is true.
Also, don't do drugs.
Yes.
That's another lesson we can learn from this.
Yeah.
So then Gretchen just starts not coming to school.
Mm-hmm.
And Abby goes to check on her, and her parents are like, "Don't worry about it.
Family time."
Yeah, exactly. So she's leaving, and Gretchen runs out, and she gets in the car with her.
Yeah.
And she's telling her what's wrong, basically, but she's like, "He comes every night, and he's always watching me. I can't even take a shower."
He's like sitting on my chest.
He just sits on my chest every night.
I can't let him see me.
Yeah.
My skin or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so she's having a hard time.
Yeah. So Abby thinks she got raped, basically.
Yes. Abby's like, "Oh my gosh, she was raped while she was in that building. When I left her, something happened."
Yeah.
And she tells Gretchen's parents.
Yeah. And she's like, we were here, we took LSD, and then we went into this thing, and she got raped. And they're like, "Wait a minute. LSD, drugs?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh. You're a terrible
influence." And that's how it is in the book, too. And you're just sitting there going...
It feels very, like, 80s reaction to this.
And you're just sitting there reading it going, "Oh my god, forget about the drugs." Yes,
your child
she was raped.
Was attacked. Yeah, it's disgusting, man.
Yeah.
Like, but it feels very 80s priorities at that time.
Yeah.
So that's frustrating.
So they don't want Abby to be around Gretchen anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's a bad influence.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't her. It wasn't her idea to do any of this.
Right. She's just trying to help.
Whatever. And she's the only one who's trying to help her.
Yeah. And then she goes to the head nun.
Yes.
And reports it. And the head nun's like, "You did drugs. If I find out
that you are dealing drugs.
Pushing drugs in my school." And I'm just like, oh my God. I hate everybody in this movie.
Yeah, that's how
these people.
That's how it is in the book too.
Yeah,
it's just so bad.
They're horrible people.
Yeah. So
she basically gets in trouble for trying to help her friend.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, like in the book, she is on scholarship.
Yeah, and she
mentioned it. Yeah, but she almost loses her scholarship and almost gets kicked out of school.
She's like, "I'll pull your scholarship."
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah.
Get out.
So of course, Abby at this point thinks it was Wallace.
Yes.
Because Wallace is always kind of like...
wanting cheese, telling his dog to go get it for him. There's a penguin. Oh, wait, no, that's
not Wallace and Gromit. I'm like, what is happening?
Some Wensleydale.
You're like...
How great, though.
Because you're like, cheese, and I'm like, wait, there wasn't any cheese in this?
Cheese.
Penguins? What?
How great, though, if just one of the characters was a claymation with this big smile, old bald head.
Oh my gosh!
No, that would have been a movie.
Different Wallace.
Yeah,
but Wallace is like a horn dog, basically.
Yes. Doing drugs. I call this cheese.
Oh man.
That would have been a good movie.
Oh gosh. Oh, and Abby thinks it's him because she goes back to the building and she sees all this stuff on the walls and she sees this alcohol bottle there.
Something grape.
Yeah. forget what it was. Something.
I can't remember either. Luscious grape? No.
I feel like it started with a G.
I think it did too.
But yeah, some kind of grape flavored alcohol.
Yeah, and it's like schnapps kind of or something maybe.
Yeah, and he had mentioned that was the best flavor or whatever. Yeah. So she's like, oh my gosh, it was him.
Yeah.
And plus he was always like flirting with Gretchen and everything.
Yeah.
He's not a good guy.
No, he's not.
Yeah, so she tells Glee about it over the phone, and Glee has her own speakerphone.
Yeah, Glee kind of sucks.
Glee sucks.
Glee is very, like, lapdog to Margaret.
And of course, Margaret is there and overhears everything.
Yeah.
So they're no longer friends with Abby.
Yep.
And then Gretchen is mad at Abby because she told the secret. She told, everybody that...
And Wallace is mad because she's spreading lies and punches her in the stomach.
Yeah.
And there are other people in this hallway.
And they do nothing.
No one does anything.
No one likes Abby. Abby is just...
Oh, man. Yeah. Remember the 80s.
Yeah, so everybody hates Abby.
Yeah.
And then...
I love that show, by the way.
Yeah. And then they have, like, this carnival kind of thing.
Yeah.
And...
With a dunk tank.
And Gretchen shows up, and she's got, like, sores around her mouth and everything. She's
did she? I didn't notice that.
Yeah. And probably because she hasn't been showering and stuff.
Yeah. And she keeps vomiting.
Yeah, that'll help. Gosh. Yeah, I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
And she talks Abby into getting into the dunk tank.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'll throw the ball, but I'll miss.
Yeah, this is your chance to talk to
Father Morgan.
Yeah.
Who's like the hot priest that works
she's got a little
there.
Crush on him.
Yeah.
Abby does.
Yeah. And so, of course, Gretchen throws the ball and dunks her.
Yeah.
Hits it immediately.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect that to happen. I never hit anything. And Abby's kind of pissed about it, but she's like not going to say anything. And then she says something about Father Morgan in front of him about like, oh yeah, well, something about fantasies. About
she
having
has fantasies about you.
About him, yeah. And, and Father Morgan's just like, this is awkward. And Abby runs off. And then Gretchen comes up to her and is like, oh my god, that was so funny. And she's like, no, that wasn't.
That was not funny.
It was not funny.
You're a jerk.
You're a jerk.
I hate you.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. And so Gretchen goes into the bathroom stall and starts like stabbing herself.
Yeah, with a little pen in her hand.
And that's when you can see like there's darkness like coming in
and
to
it's
the
like
stall.
talking bad about her, like to get her. It's trying to isolate her.
Yes. It is isolating her from all of her friends.
Mm-hmm. And then the next day at school, she comes back and she's looking great, looking happy.
Oh, no, that night, the alarm goes off at their house.
Yeah.
And the demon, I guess, basically possesses her at that point. He finally gets in.
Gets full control, basically. Yeah.
And then the next day she comes into school and she's looking like better than ever. She's, back to her normal self.
Yeah. A little more than her normal self.
Yeah.
Overly friendly and peppy, maybe.
Yeah, and she's, of course, friendly with Margaret and with Glee, but not with Abby.
Yeah.
And Glee has a note from a secret admirer.
Yeah, oh, so exciting.
And then also, she's flirting with Wallace.
Yep.
Right in front of Margaret.
And Wallace, surprisingly, is all into it.
Yeah, surprisingly, right. And Margaret is not into it.
Yep, Margaret's pretty mad about that.
Yep. And also, he says something when she falls onto his lap, and he says something about, wow, you don't weigh anything. And Margaret has this thing about she always thinks that she weighs too much.
Yeah.
She's always trying to figure out ways to lose weight. And so Gretchen pulls out this diet shake.
Yeah.
And lets Margaret try it. And she's like, oh yeah, it's from France or whatever.
But the FDA won't approve it.
Yeah.
So we have tons of it though.
So she's basically getting Margaret addicted to these diet shakes.
Yep.
And so she starts losing weight, and you can tell, like, it shows her, like, after gym or whatever, they're changing clothes, and you can see her ribs and, like, her spine and everything. Yeah. She's losing a lot of weight.
It's looking rough.
But she's like, I'm as skinny as I've ever been. It's like, yeah, girl, because you're turning into a skeleton. Yep. So, yeah, things are not going well with Margaret. And then Gretchen convinces Glee that Margaret is the one who
gave her the note,
sending her the notes. And she's like, you should go over there and, like, tell her how you feel. Yep. So she does, and Margaret laughs at her.
Yeah, because
she's like,
not
gay.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, jeez.
Yep.
So, yeah, because Glee is in love with Margaret.
Mm-hmm.
And laughs at her.
She just outed herself, basically.
Yep. And Margaret just laughs at her and is like, well, that's stupid.
Yep.
And so Glee's sad about it.
She takes off, goes into the bathroom to cry.
Yep. And at this point, Abby steals Gretchen's Trapper Keeper from her locker and takes it out to her car and looks in it. And there are like all these notes in it that are just like help written like all over everything. And like the name of the demon is on there, which she notices is the same name that was on the wall in the...
Andros.
Andros. It was on the wall in the building where she was attacked. And
it's like a death note to the Lemon Brothers.
Yes, and then there's a picture of Glee on the floor.
Right.
Because Glee has a peanut allergy.
Yep, real bad.
Yep.
She can't be around them pretty much.
Yeah, she has to have her EpiPen at all times. And so Gretchen meets up with Glee in the bathroom, and she's trying to like make her feel better, and she gives her a part of a brownie because she's like, it's a pick-me-up brownie kind of thing. Which I thought it was gonna have like drugs in it or something, but no.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was gonna be a special brownie.
It's one of those special brownies. But no, it had peanuts in it.
Yeah.
Or at least traces of peanut.
Nut. Yeah.
And Glee starts
going into anaphylactic shock. Yeah. And she needs her EpiPen,
and she can't find it. And Gretchen's like, oh, it's hidden in here somewhere. Oh, you're really cold. You're so cold right now. And it's like,
just mocks her the whole time.
Exactly.
Yells at her.
But she does get help before anything too bad happens.
Yeah. In
the book, this was totally different.
Okay, what happened? In
the book, it was not a peanut allergy that Glee had, and there was the secret admirer thing. But it was not Margaret that Gretchen convinced her it was. Because in the book, Glee is the one who has the crush on Father Morgan.
Oh.
And she convinces her that it's Father Morgan sending her all of these notes. And she goes to meet him like on the rooftop and like confesses her love to him and everything. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And she's gonna jump and he has to like talk her out of it.
Right.
So she almost pushes her to suicide.
Yeah.
It's like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
But I mean, it is a demon, so...
It's true.
What do you expect?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was different, because when it started off and they're like, oh yeah, Abby has such a huge crush on Father Morgan, I'm like, no, she doesn't.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Yeah. This movie kind of played it safe with everything. Didn't push things too far, you know?
Yeah. Like, there's another thing that happens in the book that I'm glad they didn't put in.
Yeah, me too. There was one thing I was kind of dreading, but we'll get to what I was dreading, but later.
Oh, I don't know if it's the...
We'll see.
I'm like, I don't know if it's the same thing you are
we'll see.
About.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not good, but Glee survives.
Yeah, and Abby goes to see Margaret and tells her she's okay. Margaret feels bad.
Yeah.
But she's like, I can't get out of bed.
Yeah, she's like, I shouldn't have laughed at her. That was a bad thing for me to have done, you know. I feel bad about it. But yeah, she can't get out of bed.
She can't eat.
She can't eat anything.
She gags whenever
if there's food around, she just gags. Because Abby brings her some, like, frozen yogurt or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And she's like, maybe I can just smell it. And so she smells it, and then she starts gagging. She's like, you've got to close it. And then...
her tummy starts rumbling.
And it's like, oh no. This is not... Oh, no. This is the bad part. Because, a tapeworm starts coming out of her mouth.
A gigantic tapeworm.
Like an 11-foot...
trimmer-style tapeworm.
11-foot tapeworm.
Yeah.
Starts coming out of her mouth, like going
trying to get to the yogurt.
Trying to get to the frozen yogurt. And it's so gross. And then her dog comes in and grabs
it and pulls it out of her, basically. See, that was what I was dreading, is... I believe Gretchen kills a dog in the book, right?
Yes.
So I was like, oh no, this dog's going to die at some point. Nope, it didn't die. It's fine.
No. In the book... I was
happy about.
In the book, she kills...
I did not want to see a dog die.
Yeah. In the book, she kills her own dog.
Oh, that's right.
And laughs about it and everything.
Yeah.
Oof. And it is not good. Yeah. I was very glad that I had kind of blocked it out of my mind.
Yeah.
And then I was reading something because I was like, I wonder what else they didn't put in. Because it's been a year since I read it.
Yeah.
And I saw that. And I was like, oh my gosh. I just completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Whew, I'm glad I didn't put that in there. But yeah, so the milkshakes that she's been drinking have tapeworms.
Yeah.
And so she's just got tapeworms,
she has a ton of tapeworms
all up inside.
Yep. So they're still pulling them out or whatever at that point.
So gross. So yeah, it's bad. I just put the tapeworm bit. No.
Yeah.
So Glee's like, we have to stop Gretchen. So Abby realizes that the only people that might be able to help are the Lemon Brothers, because she remembers that one of the Lemon Brothers had that look on his face when he saw Gretchen.
Yeah.
Like he realized something was happening. So she goes to find him, and Christian Lemon, he's like the youngest one of the Lemon Brothers. And she comes up to him and talks to him.
Yeah.
And
meets him at the mall while he's eating yogurt. Dude loves some yogurt.
Oh, he loves yogurt. So he's sitting there eating yogurt, and he's asking her, has she been depressed? Has she been doing this? Did she get real bad? And then suddenly she was just like back to normal or better than normal. All these things that basically, this is exactly what's been happening to her.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, she's possessed.
Yeah.
We've got to do an exorcism.
Got to do an exorcism.
So she's like, have you ever done one before? He's like, no, but I've been in the room when people have done them. So
my brothers have, and I was there.
I think I know what I'm doing.
And I have the gift more than them, because my mom reached out to me when she died.
Yeah, and it's like...
she didn't reach out to the others.
It's like, yeah, boy, you may think you know what you're doing, but you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
he's pretty goofy.
He's very goofy.
Likes to give high fives.
Yes, all the time.
In inappropriate times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very inappropriate times.
I did like... I liked him. I liked the humor of it.
Yeah.
That character. But it was also like, it kind of took away from the rest of the movie. Like, it didn't ever really get scary because it was kind of a lighthearted.
Yeah.
Nothing escalated enough, so...
Yeah, they made it a lot more lighthearted than the book is.
Yeah.
So they decide that they're going to have to take her to a different location, somewhere that's quiet so that they won't, attract attention and stuff while they do this exorcism. So Abby has to go drug her.
Yeah.
So she goes in, sneaks into the house, because she knows that her parents are away, that Gretchen's parents are out of the house.
Yeah.
So sneaks in there, and she's going to drug her cherry cola.
Mm-hmm.
And
cherry cola.
Yep. And Gretchen comes downstairs though before she can do it.
Yeah.
And there's this whole thing where she's trying to sneak around, and she does eventually drug it, but she can't get out of the house.
Right.
The door's locked.
I guess Gretchen locked the door whenever she had circled around by it.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's also okay, if you are locking a door, it's going to be from that side. Can you not just unlock it easily?
Yeah, I guess she was flustered out.
I guess so. Because, her friend is walking toward her with a knife.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It would be kind of scary.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's going to attack her, but she knocks her down or something.
She gets punched in the gut a lot.
Yeah. And then she's like, oh, well, this is thirsty work. And so she takes a drink and she's going to stab her and everything. But then suddenly she just falls over.
Yeah,
she's been drugged.
Oh, you got me.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's drugged. They take her to the cabin.
Yep.
By the lake and start doing the exorcism. And
what happens? He starts doing all the rituals. They tie her down. And then he starts throwing salt on her. Well, first he's demanding the name of the demon. He's trying to get out of her with the Bible and stuff and yelling at him. And it's not going well. And then Abby's just it's named Andros. He's bro.
It's oh my gosh.
I'm trying to establish dominance over the demon.
Yeah.
And I need it to admit its name to me. So if you could be cool and not.
Yeah.
And then he just starts throwing salt at it.
And the whole time Gretchen's begging, stop him from doing this.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this to me?
This is torture.
I don't have a demon in me,
Yeah. You're kidnapping and torturing me. Stop.
But
You're in trouble.
But then of course she does reveal the demon does reveal itself.
Yeah.
And so
especially after throwing all that salt on it.
Yeah. So they're okay, here we go. We got a demon.
Holy water. He gets holy water. He's like, hey, you want to drink water?
He's like, we got ourselves a demon.
Yeah.
Up top.
Nice.
Abby's just oh, okay. This is weird. Not the appropriate time.
Yeah.
So tries to give her water, but it's holy water.
Yeah, he's like, boom, holy water. Gotcha. He even funnels it into her mouth.
Well, he funnels vinegar into her mouth. Was it
vinegar? I couldn't tell if he just had a big bottle of holy water.
Or I'm pretty sure it said vinegar, but it may have been holy water.
I don't know. Because that would suck. to get just a bunch of vinegar poured in your mouth.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Inside joke.
I forgot about that. I just did it and I was like, oh no.
But yeah, he wants her. He's like, Abby, go fill up the tub. We're gonna really baptize this demon out of her.
Yeah, and Abby's like, no, we can't do that. So he like runs out. He like boils some water, and I guess is about to like funnel that down her throat or something.
I don't know. At least throw it on her.
Yeah. And Abby stops him, and he's like, "Yeah, I think I got a little carried away."
Yeah, I went a little too far on that one. Sorry about that.
But then he hears somebody saying his name, and
a little hand
reaches out, and he goes over and he takes the blanket off or whatever, and it's his mom.
Yeah.
And she starts like at first she's like being real nice to him and everything, and then she starts being real mean. She's like,
I called out to you, and I said I was okay,
but I wasn't. I suffered for so long, and all this stuff.
I got set on fire.
Yeah,
I was burning.
So it freaks him out, and he leaves.
He's like, nah, I'm done.
He's like,
you got this.
You got this.
We got it to admit its name. That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
You can handle it from here.
And she's like, what? So after he leaves, she notices that Gretchen has somehow gotten out of all of the stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Because, like, the mom, whenever it was the mom, then, like, she had her arms loose and all that. Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe when she covered her with a blanket.
Maybe.
That did something. I don't know.
Don't know. But yeah, she's out. She's roaming around the house. Mm-hmm. Gretchen she's got like these devil horns, it looks like.
Yeah. She's going full demon.
Yeah, she's going full demon. And Abby stabs her with like a fire poker at one point.
Yeah.
Because, she doesn't really know what she's doing. Mm-hmm. And so when she does that, Gretchen runs out. Yeah. And runs to the building where it all happened. Ooh, and Abby follows her, and this is where it gets real weird.
She's real determined at that point. She's like, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, and Gretchen's like, just let it kill me, please. Yeah. Just let it kill me. And so she doesn't know like how to do an exorcism, so she's just like, by the power of Boy George and this and all this stuff, which works so much better in the book. It works
so well in the book. It is not earned at all.
No, it's not.
She starts referencing things that are good in the book, like because they establish all that. They have this song. They always go to that movie. They do all this stuff, and it's really good. It pays off really well. Yes,
because she's like reciting lyrics from like a Phil Collins song or whatever.
Their whole history, their whole friendship is summed up to this exorcism, but in this it's just like 80s references.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's it's such a missed opportunity.
Yeah, so she's basically exorcising the demon by the power of friendship.
Basically, yes, exactly.
It's like, it worked so well in the book, and it just fell flat.
It did. It was so disappointing.
And in the book, it also doesn't, you don't know if it actually worked or not.
Right.
You just assume it does.
Yeah.
And everything, like, after that, it seems like everything's fine.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like ambiguous.
You don't know for sure. Yeah.
But with this, they're like, okay, we're going to actually show this demon come out of her.
She actually throws up the demon. And it's a little demon. It's a CGI demon.
Yeah. And they set it on fire.
Weird. Yeah. She grabs some
of that alcohol.
Yeah. And just spits a lighter as a flamethrower on it. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this was weird.
Yeah.
And then at the end, they're still trying to do that thing. We're like, how do we know if it's really gone? Girl, you set it on fire. It was you threw it up and set it on fire, and it was dead.
I mean, literally in the book, yes, there is an ambiguity to it.
But
is it actually gone? Don't know.
Yeah, but in this, no. You shouldn't have any questions.
You set it on fire. You saw it burn to death. It's not there anymore.
Yeah. Good job. You won.
And Gretchen is leaving because she was supposed to be moving anyway.
Yeah.
And they're going ahead and moving.
Yeah.
But they're like, we'll still keep in touch. And that's basically how it ends.
Yeah, it does the whole Animal House ending of giving the nice text at the end about each person.
Yeah, which I didn't like.
Wallace, what does he do? He becomes the groundkeeper of the school because he fails out of something.
I don't know.
Does whatever.
I didn't really care.
What does Margaret do? Margaret creates like a group for health.
People with like...
for teens and with body dysmorphia or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Glee does something.
Oh, she's the one who gets the airlines to do pretzels instead of peanuts.
Right, yeah. She's an advocate for allergy stuff. And Gretchen and Abby still meet up every year to go to the lake or something.
Yeah.
It's like, but that's not what happens in the book either. Like, they have just kind of like a normal thing.
In the book, there's like a while
every once in a while.
Yeah, there's like, it'll go years before they, between talking to each other and everything. But then at the end, like, when they're old, like, one of them gets married and has a kid, and the other one helps her, like, through her divorce and all this stuff, and they kind of help raise the kid together.
Yeah.
And they end up, like, as old ladies living together.
Girls in it.
Yeah, like, still being best friends until one of them dies.
Yeah.
And she's there, she's, like, holding her hand as she dies.
It's kind of a realistic, nice way to go about an ending.
Made me cry.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh my god, this is so sweet. It has an effect,
but in this it's just like, yeah, they're good.
And they were still friends.
They're happily ever after. Yeah, Lila, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't earn jack.
No.
So that was very disappointing. But yeah, and that's it.
The book was so much better.
Yeah. Even your description of the book was so much better.
If you can read the book instead of watching this movie, I would definitely recommend that. Because
and then don't watch the movie.
And don't.
If you're like dead set on doing both, watch the movie first. So that then when you read the book, you're like, oh, this is so much better than that movie was.
Yeah.
So, or just read the book. Oh.
Yeah. I would just recommend reading the book.
Yeah.
Because it's such a good, like, book about friendship.
Yeah. I thought all the actors and actresses were good in this.
Yeah.
I didn't have any issues with them. There wasn't anybody where I was like, man, this is bad.
No, they were all really good.
And it's just such a waste for just not.
If they had just changed a few little things. Set it up better.
And it's like we said, it could have been so easy. Like, you don't have to go full through with all the stuff, like all the gruesome stuff. Like, what was the thing they left off that you were glad they left off? Did you say?
It was the dog thing.
The dog thing? Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to have the dog
thing. Don't put the dog thing. But yeah, you give us more foundation, earn that ending. And then if you're going to do the little text thing, just do the text thing from the book. Just like condense it down.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. Just, I don't know. It's just such an easy fix. Just bad choices. Maybe they were rushed. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So disappointing. But,
yeah, just a few, like, maybe like 15 extra minutes just to establish their friendship better. Because what do you have? You have them talking on the phone at the beginning, and they have keychains that say best friends.
Yep.
That's basically it.
Yep.
And you're supposed to just automatically know that they have, like, this great friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was bad. So that's disappointing. Is anything scarier than being disappointed in something you like? Spooky season.
Maybe being possessed by a demon?
Maybe. But yeah, that's it. Anything else before we move on?
I don't know, but I do like the books by that author. His name is Grady Hendrix. So if you ever see a Grady Hendrix book, try it. I actually have one that I've checked out called Horror Store that I haven't read yet, but that's what I'm going to be reading sometime this month.
Nice.
And then there's another one where, like, a band, I think, like, the lead singer sells his soul to the devil or something, or I don't know exactly, but that's another one that I want to read. There's one about vampires. There's one about, like, final girls from horror movies.
Yeah.
They're all pretty good.
Yeah.
The ones that I've read, I've really enjoyed. So I think this one was probably my favorite one that I read, though.
Yeah.
Which makes it even worse that I was so disappointed in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you look at ratings for the book and the movie, like, most of the book ratings are like 4 stars, 4.5, something like that. And the book is 4.5. And then the movie's like maybe 3.
Yeah.
Like 2.5 or 3 or something like that. It's like, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I think they were just trying to bank on the whole nostalgia thing. And
yeah, they were trying to like, oh man, Stranger Things is big. If we just throw a lot of references, it'll be great. Yeah. People love the 80s right now.
Yep.
Nope. Gotta actually put work into it, guys. It's even weirder when you just have everything in front of you and you still just don't use it. You don't recognize the important things of the book.
Right.
That you need to include.
Yeah. Very disappointing. Anyway,
should we move on to our snack now?
Sure.
Oh, right. Well, spooky season's the best season for snacks, it seems like. So we went and grabbed some yesterday. And the one thing we got for this week is Nerds Candy Corn.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Very interesting.
I love Nerds.
But you hate candy corn.
I don't hate candy corn.
You don't like
It's not that I don't like it either. It's just, why would I have candy corn? Unless it's the only thing around.
Okay.
Like, if I don't know why it would be the only thing around, but if it was, I'd be like, sure, I'll have some candy corn. But I'm not like, I need to go buy some candy corn. See, it is spooky season. Let's get some candy corn.
See, a lot of times I will go, it's spooky season. I need to go buy some candy corn. So I buy a bag of candy corn, and then I eat like 2 handfuls of it. Uh-huh. And then I forget that I have candy corn. Yeah. And then, like, 9 months later, I find a bag of candy corn hidden somewhere, and I go, oh, well, I guess this goes in the garbage. Thought I would have eaten more of that than I did.
Exactly, because it's a forgettable candy. It's just there. Yeah. I don't get the hate for it. I don't know why it's so hated. I don't know. It's not bad.
People are like, it tastes like wax. It's like, have you ever eaten wax? Because I don't think you've ever eaten wax.
Have you eaten wax?
Well, they do have those little waxy
wax lips.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's not the same.
It's not, but it has a similar texture.
Yeah, I guess so.
A little, like, softer.
I don't know. Like, the inside of it is more of a nougat to me. Yeah. But anyway. Yeah. But yeah, people absolutely hate on it. And I'm like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's like, well, also people hate on pineapple on pizza. But, you know my feelings about that.
Those people are weird. So, yeah, I don't know. But I'm interested to see what this is.
Yes, because it's like a Nerd's shell on the outside and then like a flavored candy corn on the inside.
Is it like an actual candy corn on the inside?
I don't know. I mean, it's like flavored, different flavors.
Oh, interesting. Because they have like chewy Nerds. So if they were like incorporating chewy Nerds in the middle with the regular Nerds on the outside, I think that's a home run.
I mean, I guess we're going to find out. So on the back of it, there's a nice little poem. Oh. It says, "Sweet little sparks with Halloween delight. These candy corn sweets are all right. Rainbow of flavors side by side."
Big sell there. These are all right. Way to go, Nerds.
They're all right.
They're all right.
Rainbows of flavors side by side, the most perfect combination that you've ever tried. But I thought they were just all right.
They're just all right. But they're perfect. I mean, for what they're doing, they're perfect. In the grand scheme of things, they're all right. Yeah. What are the flavors?
Oh, God. Okay. There's like 6 different ones. Uh-huh. There's a strawberry shell with grape strawberry inside. Okay. There's a grape shell with grape strawberry inside. Okay. Those sound like very similar.
Getting crazy.
There's a strawberry lemon shell with blue raspberry fruit punch inside.
You love it.
And a blue raspberry shell with blue raspberry fruit punch inside.
Even better.
We're gonna put your blue raspberry on top of your blue raspberry.
Yo, dog, we heard you like blue raspberry. So we put some blue raspberry in your blue raspberry.
There's an orange shell with cherry watermelon inside, and then there's a watermelon shell with cherry watermelon inside.
All those sound good to me, so I'm ready to try this.
They're stuck together.
The Nerds promise. Oh, ball of Nerds for you. Might I interest you in a ball of Nerds?
Looks disgusting. They're just, oh, God.
Yeah, we might have got a melty pack or something. Oh, gosh. It's not what I was expecting.
It smells good, though.
Very fruity. Mm-hmm. Very nerdsy. Okay.
Are we going to try different flavors? Or are we
I guess so. I'm going to try and peel apart some flavors here. Okay. See what happens.
I'm like, I don't remember what was what now. Okay, I think I got the watermelon one.
Pink one is strawberry with grape strawberry. Purple one's grape with grape strawberry. The red one's strawberry lemon with blue raspberry. Blue is blue raspberry with blue raspberry.
Okay. I don't care.
Orange is orange. Green is watermelon.
I'm going to find the watermelon one.
Okay. I'm going to try So Sticky Together. I don't think I have any red. Oh, there I go.
It's got that candy corn texture.
It does. A little nerd flavor.
Ooh, that orange one is good.
It's very orangey.
Oh, is that one? Is it blue?
Yeah, maybe. Okay. I just had a blue one. It's not that bad. I don't know what's going on with you.
That's really sour. I don't know which one. I think those were I think I had a pink and a purple together.
Yeah, I did a whole handful. Ooh. Pretty sour. What I'll say is, if they were like, you have to have candy corn this season, I would take the Nerds ones over regular ones. Because it does have some nerd flavoring, which I like. But it is still a weird consistency. And I don't know if it's these weird ones we got. If like the shell's not right or something. It's not like... I was expecting a harder shell.
Yeah.
But...
It was very fruity.
It's very fruity. It's fruity tooty.
Fresh and fruity.
Mm-hmm. But it's a little disappointing. It's like this movie, I guess.
It's a little fruity. Very disappointing.
Coming in, hoping for the best, and being a little disappointed. But yeah, it's not bad.
No.
I just could have been better. I'm telling you. You shape it like a candy corn. You put regular nerd shell, chewy nerds in the middle. Winner. But that's not what they did. Because they do like those nerds balls, but they have like a chewy center, and they cover it with just regular nerds, basically. Mm-hmm. Those are good. And even Nerds Rope. I like Nerds Rope. Yeah. It's a little weird, but I respect them trying.
They had some other They had some other candy corn flavors.
They had a lot.
I can't remember what. Well, a lot of them were like the autumn mix and the pumpkins and stuff like that. But there was something else.
There was a green apple one.
Oh yeah, there was
the caramel apple.
Caramel apple, but then there was something else.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
It's gonna bug me because I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was like... I don't think it was a pumpkin spice, but... No, it was a funfetti. That was it.
Oh, really? Funfetti?
Yeah, they had a funfetti one.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that sounds like it might be pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I might have to get some and try them myself, and then have a handful or two, and then forget about them, and then 9 months later, I will find them.
I like funfetti in that it makes things look fun. But I'm not saying... as a flavor, it's not like a big sell for me.
I mean, it just makes me think of Dunkaroos.
Mm-hmm.
Dunkaroos.
Well, what are you going to rate it?
I'm going to give it like 6.5.
It's pretty good.
Because it does have a lot of flavor, and it's a good flavor. It's not a candy corn flavor.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely not. I think I'm just going 6, though.
Okay.
Because I was kind of disappointed, but I don't know. All right, well... Let us know, what's your favorite type of candy corn? Are you anti-candy corn? You pro-anti-candy corn? Do you support us being not for candy corn? Have you read any of these books? Which one of that series would you like to see made into a movie? How do you like Werewolf by Night? Anyway, let us know on Twitter at HavingFunCast or on Facebook at HavingFunPod.
Or you can send us an email at havingfunpod@gmail.com.
My fingers are blue.
Ew.
So go enjoy spooky season, have fun, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.